Hey guys, so today we are doing this simple, it doesn't look simple, but I promise it's simple, smoky date night look. I actually got falsies on for this video, which is a pretty big deal. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this look, and let's just get started. Oh, this little bun is not cute. Oh well. I'm going to start with my new favorite primer, the one I discovered in my last video. If you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and go check it out. This is the BDL Lumi Layer Primer, and so far I am really loving it. It smooths and hydrates, which is something you don't see very much in one product. For foundation, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 140. I thought that was a name, but there's not. It's just the shade 140. This is pretty much my lightest foundation I own, so this is what I need right now. I love this foundation, but it is a little bit too matte for me, so I'm going to put in a little bit of shimmer drops, just a little bit to add some sheen. And I'm just blending this in with a beauty sponge. Okay, now that we are looking nice and ghostly, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop concealer in the shade Light 10. And I'm not going to completely paint it under my eyes, just because I found that this one is almost like too much for me. I stopped using the Shape Tape for the most part, just because, I mean, I know I need it for my under eyes, but I just don't like how heavy it is. My favorite concealer ever is the NARS concealer in the little pot. I love that one, but every time I go to Sephora, I forget to get another one. Now that we are all concealed, I'm going to go in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toast to contour. This thing is where a little bit goes a very long way. I have to be very careful. I don't feel like I'm that good at nose contour. I guess it's because I really haven't practiced it at all. But what I do is I just take my brush that has my cream contour on it, and I just run it down the sides of my nose. And that gives me a little bit of subtle contour. For powder, I'm going to use the Pretty Vulgar, the Powder Room Matte About It powder. I'm going to pat this in with my sponge, and I'm going to put the powder on the sides of my nose. That's the one thing I don't like about this powder. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but when you use it with a wet sponge, sometimes it clumps up, which is, I think it's strange. I've never had a powder do this to me. So I can't let it sit or it'll clump up on my face. I put it on with the sponge, and then I go in with my big fluffy brush and I go ahead and blend it all away. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Butter Bronzer. I bought this a few weeks ago. I finally got it. I know everyone loves it, and I finally got it, and I totally understand why everyone loves it now, and the smell is just amazing. But I use the JH05. This is like my new favorite contour brush, and I don't really rub that much. I pat, and I'll do a little bit of rubbing. I'm one of those people that when they find bronzers they like, they don't stray. Like, I'll use Hoola for I don't even know how many years. Like 3 years. And I wouldn't use anything else. For bronzer, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze in Fair to Light. I've been really liking this. I really think it is a dupe for the Hourglass. I've used a sample of the Hourglass one time. I've never actually bought it. But it gives such a similar feel. Like, it is so pretty, and it looks like it wouldn't do anything because the pan is so light, but and this bronzer brush, don't sleep on it, okay? the JH02. Pretty sure this is like an old school Morphe brush, but it is so good. So for blush, I'm going to use the Bare Minerals Gin Nude Blush in Bellini Brunch. This is my kind of color right here. I love blush. Blush is my favorite part of makeup now. I think it gives such a pretty finish to the skin. I've even got to the point now, which I never thought I'd be one of these people, where even if it's like a no makeup day and I'm just putting like brow gel in my eyebrows and a little bit of mascara, I will put blush on instead of bronzer, which I never thought I'd say. And I'm going to add a little bit of the Estee Lauder blush in Alluring Rose just to calm down the orange a little bit. I'm going to do my eyebrows now. I'm going to use the Morphe Brow Pomade in the shade Latte. I'm not going to put this in the video just because it takes me a few minutes, but I will be right back. I'm going to put a little bit of Urban Decay Primer Potion on my lid. And I'm just going to set that down with a cream colored eyeshadow. Okay, I have several palettes in front of me. I have, y'all, I tear up the Jaclyn Hill Original palette, but I have the Vault Collection displayed on my vanity, and I forget about it. Literally, I've not hardly used these at all, and it's not because I don't like them. It's just that I totally forget about them. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm doing a Valentine's Day look. That'll be next. And I'm doing berries for that, and I think I want to do just a traditional brown smoky eye for this. I'm going to go into the ColourPop Alisari palette, and I'm going to use the shade Sandalwood. And I don't really know what I'm going for yet, but we will see. Next, I'm going to take the shade Agent out of the Armed and Gorgeous palette. And I'm going to start blending that into my crease. And I'm just taking this on a little bit of a smaller blending brush. And I'm just really taking your time. Like, seriously, anyone can do this. Like any eyeshadow, you just have to blend. That's really all it is, I promise. And you can't get sloppy. Okay, now I'm going to go in the shade Mugshot from the Ring the Alarm palette. And I'm taking this on a more, it's a more flat blending brush. These are perfect for the crease. This is the JH33. We're just really going to deepen this crease up. And you can always go back and forth between blending brushes. That's what I love to do. After I do some precise blending, I will take a fluffier blending brush and blend upwards. For the next part, you need a small tapered brush. And I'm going to go in with the shade Smooth Criminal. It's a very chocolatey brown. And we are going to work this into the crease. Of course. What I'm doing is I'm going a little bit above where my crease is. And I'm going to use this to pack it on the outer corner. I don't know if people like to watch blending or not. So I don't really know how much to put in the videos. So that would be very helpful if you comment down below. Do you want to see me doing, for the most part, all the blending, so you can really get the full effect of how I'm doing it? Or do you want to just see a little bit of it and move on? I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade. I'm going to go in with Prowl, which is a very dark brown. And just ever so slightly deepen up this crease area. I don't know what shade I want to do on the lid yet. I know I want to cut my crease. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to use my concealer to cut my crease. Okay, and I'm going to take a little flat shader brush. This is some random brush. And I'm going to spray it with my setting spray. And I'm going to use the shade Muse out of the ColourPop palette. Okay, now let's start on the lower lash line, which has personally been my favorite lately. I'm going to start with Sandalwood, that first shade I used as my transition. And on a pretty big brush, I'm going to start running that on my lower lash line. Okay, that's not doing much. So I'm going to take a pencil brush now. And I'm going to go into that shade. And I'm going to go into the shade Agent, that first orangey shade that we used. And I have been blending my lower lash line a lot further down than I used to, but I like it. And then back with the pencil brush, I'm going to take that first dark brown shade, the Smooth Criminal, and I'm going to start adding that in. And then on a little definer brush, I'm going to take that darkest shade, the shade Prowl, and I'm going to get that as close to my lash line as I can. For my waterline, I'm going to use the Smashbox Always On Gel Liner, and it's just black. I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner. I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black. Okay, I'm going to try to put on some falsies. If it goes south, we just don't talk about it, okay? Thank you guys so much for staying till the end. Please like and subscribe if you have not already done that. It means so much to me. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!